Hey guys, Mr. 3D Hero here. In today's video for my loadout series, I'm going to be bringing you a new and I say refreshing type loadout, something that I don't see a lot of players play around with, but does allow a bit of freedom when it comes down to using different weapons and just using different loadout and gear for a specific scenario. So sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. Alright, so to start things off, the name of the loadout is called the All Lasers loadout, so it's going to be focusing on weapons and titans that do basically lasers, anything that shoots balls of death energy, anything that's effective at, destroying your enemies and basically leaving nothing or turning them into red meaty paste. It's one of those weird, but I say fun builds to play around with. So let's go into what basically the loadout has. The class I'm going to be using is Phase Shift. Phase Shift allows me to phase in and out of situations so that if there's a situation where I know I can't fight back, or there's a situation where I'm going to die, I use my phase shift, and my phase shift will basically allow me a few brief seconds for either get out of the way, so maneuver, or to basically either find a new position and fire back and take out the opponent as quickly as possible. I also chose phase shift for another reason, specifically the weapon I'm using. Now the weapon I'm going to be using is the L-Star. I talked about this in another video about the L-Star and how effective it is, and generally the perks and tips you should use for improving it. But generally I chose L-Star because 1, it looks amazing, 2, it sounds amazing, and 3, it is amazing when it kills an opponent. Like when you fully fire the weapon into an AI or a Titan, not a Titan, a pilot, it turns them into red meaty giblets. Like, come on, do you think that's an overkill? And that's also quite amazing as well. 1 minute there's a pilot right there in front of you, a few seconds later, boom, they're just not there anymore. So basically it's been disintegrated or just, imploded. Messy, but also fun. So now the Titan I'm going to be using the complement is Ion, because why not? He's a walking giant piece of Titan stationery that's capable of shooting out big fiery deaths of laser at their opponents and pilots and anyone else that feels foolish enough to get caught up into him. Now I tend to use his shoulder laser cannon a lot, and I recommend that for this type of gameplay, I recommend that you use his shoulder laser cannon as much as possible because it does a good amount of damage, and against pilots it's a one-shot kill, and it's also great for catching pilots out when they're in a doom state. So if they decide to eject, you can use your shoulder laser cannon to goose them, and the amount of times you goose people using Ion is actually quite amazingly effective. Now when being aimed at, say, a Titan cockpit, it does quite a bit of good damage. I say it takes a full 1 bar of health off them, so that's quite effective. But one thing you have to also be aware of is that Ion has a energy pool. Now with his energy pool, it basically means that all his abilities are shared into one selected pool. So if I use my shoulder laser cannon, I can only use it 2 times before it needs to fully recharge again. And by that, it also means that any of my other abilities, plus my main weapon, they can't be used until energy's been regained again. So basically it puts you into a situation where you need to think through how you're going to attack, how you're going to be as effective with your Titan, and when is the right time to actually use your abilities. But once you do understand it, and once you watch some videos or get some comments on other people how they use Ion is probably one of the best and lethal Titans I've ever played. Generally he's better than Tone and Legion. Well, he's generally better than all the Titans when used effectively and right. And he's also balanced as well, because on different types of maps, he's not really effective on. And his energy pool is also quite limited, but compared to, say, Tone and such, he has an advantage of actually turning the tide of a battle. So once you learn how to use him properly, he's one of the best Titans, personally for me, that can be absolutely devastating when used correctly. So the secondary I'm going to be using is Charge Rifle. Now when I use the Charge Rifle, I'm going to add on the attachment that allows me to fire my weapon much quicker. Now by doing so, it allows me to get in as much damage as possible, and it helps me with boosting up my Titan meter and my boost meter. But at the same time, because when I do that, it also puts me in a situation where 1, I'm visible, as it will show where my fire has started and where it ends up to. 2, it's quite loud as well, and 3, it's reduced damage as well. Now if you go with no extra charge rate, it basically does a good amount of damage, but extra charge rate for me basically allows me to basically rank up my weapon quickly, and basically allows me to get my boost and Titan meter as quickly as possible. But do be aware of this type of situation it's going to put you into. So if you're going to use it, make sure you use it in an area where you can quickly escape, or make sure you use it only for a few hits and then quickly run off. The ordnance going to be using Arc Grenade. Now Arc Grenade is going to go hand in hand with the L-Star because it basically allows me to stun opponents in a position for a few seconds, and with my L-Star it will allow me to destroy them in a quick amount of seconds, as when all my L-Star shots connect, it's basically going to turn my opponents into a red messy goop. And then when used against Titans, it basically allows me a situation to where either I can fight back and do some more damage, or I can quickly just run away and fight for another day. So in general, Arc Grenade is quite effective when it comes down to different situations that could basically put you into a life or death situation. But also do remember, you do have your phase shift on you, so your phase shift can actually help you with surviving situations that are, like I said, deemed life or death. Now the pilot kits I'm going to be using is either Health Regeneration and Kill Report. Either one you can change up to whatever you like. These are just the ones that I kind of feel comfortable in using. And then my boost is going to be Amped Weapons. So let's go into the general gameplay of it. Now when using this loadout, you need to realize that using this loadout is more for fun. It's not meant to be taken serious. Just a a laid back, chilled, and just one of those have a laugh type loadouts. Now when I play it, I either play Attrition or play Bounty Hunter. If you play Bounty Hunter with it, it's really quite effective. Now if you're going to use L-Star on this type of, depending on the maps like Eden for example, make sure you go with a loadout such as Gunrunner and Speed Loader. These two loadouts for your perk of the weapon will basically allow you to use your weapon as effectively and as long as possible without it overheating. And then with the Gunrunner as well, like I mentioned in another video, you don't want to aim down sight with this weapon, as it's quite clunky and slow, and majority of your shots feel quite off. So you want to kind of just want to free aim with it, hip fire basically. So with Gunrunner now, that's basically going to make it feel like a SMG in a sense. Not as powerful as the Car or the Volt, but near enough deadly and effective. Now once you've got the points and such, then you'll be into your Ion. Now Ion's gonna be effective with taking on just generally anything on the battlefield. So whether it's a pilot or whether it's a Titan, your Titan's gonna come in and be as destructive as possible. Come in and be as destructive as possible. One thing to be aware of though is that I recommend that you use your energy effectively. Now there is a perk that does allow you to get energy back when firing at a Titan mains cockpit, but if you don't have that perk available, and I don't really see what reason why you don't have it available. If you don't have it available, and say for example you're in a situation where your Titan's fallen but there's no other Titans nearby, make sure you use your main primary on AI or pilots. Use it as much as possible, and just also remember that when you use Ion's main primary, if you zoom in, it does extra damage. There's a tip in the main Titan's loading screen that does mention that Ion does have increased damage when he zooms in with main primary. Or if you don't want to, use your laser shoulder cannon to take out, say, pilots from long distances, because pilots will try to keep a good distance away from you. Now a really good and effective Ion player will be using the shoulder laser cannon on pilots only, but then will be using the main pilot primary weapon on the AI. But generally, as a main loadout for this, for this weapon and Titan and such, it's really fun. It's effective. It takes a bit of time to learn as well. You got the L-Star you need to learn and practice with, and then you got the Ion that you need to learn and practice with because he has an energy pool. For newer players, like I said, play, practice, and you probably may more or less enjoy the loadout build. For players that have more experience than me, or more experience in general, this may be a loadout that you just want to use and just lay back and play with, especially for G10 players. For us G10 players, there's not really much for you to achieve and earn, so messing around with different weapons and loadouts are quite effective. So that's the end of the video. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like for more. If you didn't, leave a dislike. Also leave a comment and subscribe for more if you did enjoy the content, as I will be uploading some more in the meantime. If there's anything that you would like me to do personally, then please leave in the comment section. And also, this is just one of the many loadouts I'm going to be doing with my series, so do stay tuned for more. So thank you for watching, and I do hope to see you again soon.